Okay, we're ready to start our next presentation, which is on using video to train your global team. And we have two people with us. We have Jerome and Hajar, and Jerome is from Amadeus and Hajar from Techsmith. So please welcome them, and then we're looking forward to hearing how to train your global team effectively using video. Thank you.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending today's case study. I'm Hajar, Business Development Manager, Europe, Middle East, Africa at Techsmith. For those of you who are not familiar with Techsmith, Techsmith is a software provider of Camtasia and Snagit. Snagit is a screen capturing tool, and Camtasia is a screen recording and video editing tool. And I'm here today with Jerome from Amadeus.
Hello.
Jerome, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Very happy to be here. So I'm Jerome Hanafi from Amadeus. For those who don't know who Amadeus is, we are an IT company in the travel industry. We are what we call a GDS, Global Distribution System. If you guys came to the show with by train or plane, then your booking must be certainly in the Amadeus system. So just to be very quick, what is a GDS? A GDS is, in a way, let's take an example. You are an airline company and you have a flight to provide to the market. Then you send it to the Amadeus inventory system, and Amadeus takes care of assigning the seats, making the booking, and if you are a travel agent, then this is how you sell the seats and so on. So we are a global company. We have customers across the world. We have colleagues across the world as well. So it's true that globalization is for everybody, and it's quite a challenge. And to be able to serve our customers the best way, we had to adapt ourselves to this globalization. So, as I said, our company is spread across the world, and when we have to train our customers, we have not only to understand them, we have to be close to them. So, of course, we have a lot of offices across the globe, but when you have a new customer coming and with different needs, different locations, then we have to adapt. So this is how the customer service organization, which I'm part of, has globalized the learning activity, which I'm also part of. And as head of learning modernization, we had to not only restructure ourselves from different several teams across the world to one big team of 120 people to be able to be, as our customers, globalized and reactive and, despite everything, close to them. So our mission as learning services is to provide the best learning, the best method to our customers. And as learning modernization is how we can provide the best strengths, the best tools, and the best training techniques to our customers. So,
Thank you. Yeah.
Three main challenges. We need to be global, online, and of course efficient. So global, as I said, our customers are global. We have to be like they are. It doesn't mean we have to standardize everything, but we need to be close to what they need, close to their market, close to their culture, speak the same language, and literally speaking the same language. So this is quite a challenge because we not only provide one solution, we need to provide learning for the way they use our solution, and each market has different needs. So as well, it has to be accessible in terms of languages, and the best way to be accessible is to be online. So for sure, to be online, this is our strategy. To be able to be globalized, we need to be online, okay? But our strategy relied on the fact that we want to have baseline learning online and move away from the usual traditional classroom training, allowing our customers to access learning content 24/7 wherever they are in the world, have access to this baseline learning. So clearly it's a shift from the classroom model. It doesn't mean that we want to completely remove classroom training, but we want to take the most out of classroom instead of just saying, okay, that's the only way we want to train our customers. Why? Because also, as we all know, classroom training, on-site training is expensive, time-consuming, and it's usually not always used at its best. So this is how we have reorganized ourselves to be more efficient. More efficient in the way we will deliver training content, and more efficient in the way on how our deliverables are going to be scalable, are going to be more adaptable, and how we can reuse what we are going to provide. So our organization, to be more efficient, we decided to have 3 different poles. One dedicated for design, one for development, and another one for delivery. Design is really, speaking about videos, how you design the content with storyboard. You ask subject matter experts, you ask trainers to really identify what our customer needs and how we need to create those trainings. Then you pass it over to the development team, and the development team takes, let's say, the storyboard to create the video. And then the delivery team would be the trainers. But it doesn't mean that we work on silos. Typically, to be a good designer, then you need to have trainers, you need to have subject matter experts helping you to design the right training for our customers. Then to be a good developer as well, you need to know about how design is going on. So we have 3 main categories, but it's transversal. It's horizontal, it's vertical, it's diagonal. And this is one of my advice, that if you have to face the same challenges, even though at some point you have to do some categories, don't be siloed. It's very important.
So given all these challenges, what was the criteria for the solution?
So, criteria, our solution to create videos has to be easy to deploy. So currently, we are working on non-interactive videos, and this is what Camtasia do. And we are starting to introduce also interactive videos. And we are using Storyline. We used to use Captivate, but you see the kind of software. For non-interactive videos, we have chosen Camtasia because it's easy to deploy by numerous factors. The fact that it's, in a way, affordable. We thought that it would be better to have, let's say, 10 people with 10 licenses instead of perhaps 2 or 3 experts with expensive licenses. So this is something that needs to take into consideration. Easy to record, easy to use. I don't know if you know Camtasia, but it's an all-in-one tool. So it's very easy to create a tutorial. You record your screen, you edit your recording, and then you produce by adding some transitions, some highlights, and so on. So the fact that it's easy to use as well reduce the time for training. This is also something to really consider. If the tool is easy to use, even though if it's not the most professional tool, but if you can deploy it easily, if it's easy to use, then people will not only train themselves easily, they can also cross-train each other. And typically when you have supports like the Camtasia Academy that Techsmith provide, you can say, okay, you have this tool, go online, get used to the tool, and then try by yourself your first recording. It may not be a success the first time, but the second time you'll be better, and the third time it would be perfect.
Yeah, and we provide tutorials and support and resources in many languages, in French, and in English, and in German.
One of the key aspects as well, and this is valid for any tool you would choose, the fact that if you have one, I would say all-in-one tool, but that does not do too much. If you have one solid tool and you know what this tool is going to do, let's say you have a hammer. Okay, with a hammer you can break things, you can remove nails, and you know what it does. If you have a Swiss Army knife, for example, then it kind of does the trick, but not always. So if you have a tool that does what it's promising and does it well, then that's what you need to choose. If at some point you need an extra tool, then go get an extra tool. Sometimes all-in-one, I don't know if you remember Word back in the days when Word was about to write text and then, of course, make books, and then there was a bit of web pages. It was a big mess, and I guess they have changed and they are more now focused on their core activity. And the fact that the tool has to support a global team, a global deployment. Keep in mind that maybe some of your team are not super comfortable with English, as I am, as you may have heard. So this is something, a criteria to take into account. And with those criteria, if the software you're going to choose match with those criteria, then you are on a pretty good way to have good usage and good feedback from the users. So yeah, what we have chosen is Techsmith Camtasia. So I'm not here to promote Techsmith Camtasia. Storyline is great as well. But as I said, if you need a tool that does exactly what you want to do, then just focus on its utility and have something that delivers professional results without having to have too much training for your peers. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little video that we have done. So don't expect something very professional. It's a bit old, but you will see actually the potential, because this video has not been made by professional editors that we have in Amadeus, but by trainers. So it's not their core job, it's not their core activity, but what they have done pretty much does the trick. So I'm going to show it to you.
Hello, and welcome to this video about how to report expenses in Amadeus Citrix.
So this is a trainer,
for a
it's not a non-professional
expenses.
speaker.
In this scenario, we will take the example of a conference you have attended near your office, for which you took your own car and paid the parking fee. First, let's see how to scan a receipt with the mobile application.
So we mixed a bit
before
of
creating the
how-to
expense
animation, some live.
Launch the Citrix mobile
shooting.
companion application on your smartphone. Open the main menu and select Capture Receipt. If necessary, you can select another country or currency to match with the receipt information.
So you see what
Open type of
Camtasia
receipt.
allows in post-production.
Select parking
some
fee as per
highlights,
our
some
example.
zones to emphasize.
And press
This was
Done.
shot using an iPhone, actually.
To scan the receipt, press on the camera button to take the picture. Then select Use Photo. Click on Send to submit the scanned receipt and the related info. Let's now see how to create a new statement that will group all the expenses related to the country.
So this is the software
From the
we
personal
are
portal,
showing,
click on the My
and we have
Expense
used the
Statement button.
recording functionality of
The My
Camtasia
Cytric
to
Trips
do
and
this.
Receipts section contains all the bookings you made in Amadeus Cytric and also the receipts you have captured via the mobile application. Here's the receipt you have already scanned via the Cytric mobile companion application. Select it and click on Create Expense Statement.
Okay, so I won't play it fully, but I think you get an idea of the potential. And actually, as I said, it was handmade, homemade, kind of a bricolage. But this is the type of thing you can do by non-professional developers, and it really made the trick. And as well, something interesting, as I said, when you have your different departments, if you want to translate this video, for example, you can ask, if you have a colleague in Japan, then you send him the script, records the script, and then send the file to one of your developers, somebody who knows Camtasia a little bit more, and then replace the audio track with the Japanese track. Same with the subtitles, for example. So it's quite flexible. You don't need an extensive training. And as I said, I mean, it's better to have perhaps 15 people who know the software instead of 3 who are really experts. So in your deployment, this is a good suggestion. So as I explained, this is how we had to face the different challenges being global, online, and efficient. Let's see some numbers. So we have seen that we have a reduction of training costs, meaning sending trainers for unnecessary trainings, I would say. The baseline training that sometimes we had to send trainers where people would attend 2-3 days just to know the basic. It's not really necessary. It doesn't mean, as I said, that we have removed training completely. It just leaves more time for training to really speak about what people are willing to know. So when our customers now come to our classroom training, they already have questions, they already know what the system is about, and they really want to make the most of the trainer by doing exercises, by asking questions, and so on. And we know that the core and the baseline training is available to everybody, anytime, anywhere, and we dedicate more time, I would say more valuable time, to classroom training. So we have also an increase of students using e-learning. So of course there is a trend, and you all know that when you're looking for something on Google, and then you have as a result a long PDF, 200 pages, that says everything about how to bake a pie, for example. And then you have a short video that says exactly what you need to know about what's the oven temperature, for example. Then you would click on the video, and after 2 minutes, you will have answered to your question. So this is also the way we have thought our videos, to have rather several mini videos in a learning path instead of one big video. And this is how you can reuse your videos elsewhere as support material, for example, or as a complementary element for training. So this is also something that is very, very useful. It's just using microlearning because it sounds nice. No, it's really effective. So in our team, we had 17 people creating videos with Camtasia now that are pretty up to speed using Camtasia, and they train themselves. They first online, as we said, using the good videos from Camtasia, watching other tricks, helping each other, sending each other's files, templates, and so on. So this is a good way to cross-train and facilitate the deployment of a solution. And today we managed to do almost 180 videos. So it's pretty good. We didn't have any objectives, but it's a good way to quickly answer to customers' needs by creating and developing short videos, because you know there is a need, you know there is a gap, And this is a good way to be reactive instead of thinking, oh, I'm going to make a long video and a long course. So this is our approach, and I don't know if it's the best. We had to face a lot of challenges, but with the help of Camtasia, we managed to meet our customers' expectations and also upskill our trainers and subject matter experts. They are not instructional designers, but at least they have a better idea on how they can complement their training, their classroom training with some videos.
Thank you, Jerome. Any questions? Yeah?
We have time for a couple of questions.
Hello, Florence Capera from Otis. I really like this approach of short videos, which are small bricks of, I would say, training or information.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to have also a very strong search engine in order for
Yes.
people to find what they need.
Absolutely.
So how does it work for you?
So for us, we have a kind of internal Google. We call it the Service Hub. And as you say, it's really important to immediately show to people who will look for video, for assistance, what's in the video. So that's why instead of making it a long video about, everything you need to know about this software, you chop them in small chunks saying how you issue a ticket, how you make a refund. And this is how your little chunks of video can be reused, and it gives to everybody more visibility. And as well, if you need to update one part, for example, it's easier than to try to remake the whole thing.
And sorry, maybe I missed the beginning of the presentation, but how long did it take you to create these 180 videos? How much time?
We have started the strategy this year. So
You mean last year, or?
yeah, sorry, January 2019. Yes, okay. Exactly. And the good thing is that the training time was I would say almost transparent. They were training themselves on the fly, and we did not spend too much time training the teams, and they upskilled themselves by sharing files, good practices, and so on. And it makes it a bit fun. So this is a good approach as well.
Hello, my name is Annette. I'm from
Hi.
CloudReach. I'd like to ask you about the type of training that you would recommend to use this as a method valuable for employees. What you showed is more for onboarding, I suppose. It's about expenses.
Exactly.
So have you also used other skills, like soft skills or any technical skills, to develop the short videos?
Not yet, because first we wanted to concentrate on the baseline training, the very basic knowledge they need to know. Now what we want to do for this year is to bring them more ways to practice, either practicing via interactive videos, online classroom, and even classroom, or even remotely connecting to stage environments so that they can practice and test as well. But it's true that you can see short videos, and I mean non-interactive videos, as a way to answer a need, a question. And since it's easy to create and fast to create, you don't need to think twice. Okay, what's my strategy for this video? No, you just make it, or a trainer can make it, a developer can enhance it, and there you go. You have your video. So.
Okay, thank you. Time for one more.
Hi, Jerome. My question is around what was the tipping point for you as an organisation to select Techsmith, Camtasia, Snagit over everything else out there? So there's a whole range. I'm just curious as to know what was it that made the difference against everything else?
The fact that it's easy to deploy. The cost, I would say, the fact that people can be up to skills quite quickly. And as I said, so that we don't expect our people to be professionals But just the fact that, okay, I think I can do a quick video because I need it for next week, for example, or because our customer needs this information. And our customer not speaking my language, but I know somebody who can help me, and having cross collaboration. So this is really efficient. And sometimes it's better to be more spontaneous. And that's why the video I showed you is not perfect. It's made by the trainer, but it's honest in saying, okay, I'm a trainer, I'm doing a quick video. It's more colloquial, I would say, than professional, and it replies to a need and provides assistance immediately. So the reactivity as well is important.
Just one thing. If you want to know more about our product, we're having a demo of Snagit and Camtasia at 4:30 in Theater 5, and you can also come at our booth F70 to ask any question.
And Amadeus doesn't have a booth, sorry. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your attention.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much.